go into leases, you may think as a business owner that it's fairly straightforward. You know, the terms, as a business owner, I can handle this. Unfortunately, what ends up happening is because of the type of provisions that are in there, either usually pro-landlord, that causes a lot of issues down the road that we're trying to prevent. And you may wish to handle some of this internally or even with the general counsel, but you really do need a real estate lawyer who has seen a lot of the litigation that comes from these commercial leases, particularly the provisions in there, that you can avoid future litigation down the road. And we've seen environments lately, really coming out of COVID, that have really put in a lot of provisions with force majeure type issues. We've seen a lot of use provisions being way too vague. A lot of provisions in their leases should have use or exclusive use provisions, specifically in the construction area. What is it you're doing in your building? What are the types of activities for business that you can have? And whether or not that's exclusive to the area that you're in, whether it's a community, corporate community association of some sort, but there should be very specific types of usage. And if it's vague, that can cause a lot of issues, as you can imagine, right? Just to give an example, we have a very big landlord, commercial landlord in Miami Lakes that we represent. They have probably 98% of the industrial space there. And during COVID, we saw a lot of the tenants start utilizing their space, particularly in the industry, industrial warehouse space, very differently than what they were utilizing it prior to COVID. And there's lots of reasons for that. I'll give you an example. There was a pharmaceutical import-export business that was not getting a lot of push through, not a lot of business during COVID for lots of different reasons, and realized that sanitation was probably a good area to get into for obvious reasons. So they started utilizing some shipping, some type of chemicals that were much more different than obviously the landlord was aware of. And this can cause huge implications with your neighbors. Do you have the right type of exhaust fans? Do you have the right type of permits for this? And you realize that you have a highly combustible neighbor next to you, trying to make business during a very tough time, and you start litigating over this, and it becomes a huge nightmare. These type of provisions, whether it's use provisions, whether it's assignability, subleasing. By the way, if you are subleasing right now, you should probably reach out to me. There's a lot of issues with that, as you can imagine, but if you are, you should probably structure that very quickly if you are already not. But even choice of law, right? A lot of landlords here are national type landlords. They like to litigate in their own, either incorporated states, or it might just be outside the jurisdiction that's extremely inconvenient for you. So these are areas that we try to look at, and a lot of that can be dealt with up front if you just take the time with an attorney to kind of go through those issues and kind of explain what it is that your lease is saying. And that can help you with a lot of broad issues in the future.